this is Jennifer. Thanks for listening today, and please subscribe. Welcome to the Loveability Podcast. My name is Jennifer Stiers, and I'm here to talk love, relationships, sex, marriage, and everything in between. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Loveability Show. I'm Jennifer Stiers, your host, and I am happy to be here. I'm happy to be here and happy to be talking about what we're talking about today, because everything we do is about finding love, whether it is everything I do and talk about here is about finding love, and whether you're single or in a relationship, there are lots of tools and tips that we go over here on the show. And this particular show is really geared toward you singles that always say to me, where do I find love besides online dating? I know that online dating, got super popular during the pandemic, but now that we're out of it, we need some other ways to get out there and meet people face to face. There is something to say for the technology, and I know we can get really comfortable and lazy behind our computers, but this is about tools and tips for you to be able to get out and find love. And I will talk about online dating a little bit with some of the challenges with it, just so you all are aware going in. If you're going to use it, a lot of you think it's a great source, and I think it can be, but it's all in how you're utilizing it. So, okay, so let's talk about single, and You'll see later in the show, I'm in my little tropical wear. You can't really see me back here, but we have an announcement to make at the end of the show. So make sure you tune in to the end. And if you can't tune in to the end, make sure you tune back in, because I have a special guest in the studio, and we have a really fun announcement to make for all you singles that are looking for something to do and a way to meet somebody. I have come up with something along with my guest Karen that's here to give you all an avenue to meet people and create an intimate connection with them, which is what it's all about. So I have said a million times to you guys and kind of teased you that I have something coming, and I have something coming. It should be launching in the fall. So stay tuned. I've heard you guys over the years complaining about this very thing that we're talking about today. I'm single. How do I find love? How do I find quality people? Quality people are really hard to find. I'm going to be super honest about that. I mean, I think you guys have seen my post before where I talk about there's 2% of the population that is for you. And that's my own estimate number. But when you, as a matchmaker, you whittle these things down. You start looking at lifestyle, values, morals, spirituality, all the things that are really important to people. You start looking at those things, and you come up with, somebody that would be a good match for somebody. And then you put them together, and they may be great on books, but they may be great on the books, but they may not be great when there may not be a connection. There may not be There may not be chemistry. And I don't know why my notifications are going off since I haven't turned off. But that's okay. That's an Apple product for you. Okay. Or a Jen for you, because everybody knows I'm technologically challenged. But okay, so let's talk about how to meet people. I'll do online dating last because I have thoughts on that for you guys. So the very first thing is to attend social events and gatherings. Hobbies, workshops, community events, and the one thing that community events, do is bring like-minded people together and people that live in the same community. I mean, it may be something in your particular community. I just moved out to Frisco, and those of you that are in Texas kind of probably know where that is. But they actually have a very strong community and send out a lot of newsletters. They have a lot of activities and a lot of places and things where you can participate. It's a great way to meet local people, and they have those kind of things in every city. I mean, Dallas is the same. It's just bigger. But, there's whatever your hobbies are, whatever you enjoy doing socially. I mean, let's just say you love wine. I know a lot of people that love wine. If you love wine, there's a lot of places you can go that do wine tastings, right? And have special events for those kind of things. I think if you even go on Facebook and search under wine tastings or wine events or local events, things will come up, or you can hashtag on stuff on Twitter and things like that as well. So, participating in activities, social activities that you're interested in is great, because at the end of the day, what you want is somebody else that's interested in the same social activities, because that makes it fun. I know a lot of women that are getting involved in golf right now. So they're taking golf lessons and doing golf. That's a great way to meet men, ladies, because you think about a golf course, it's 98%, 99% men. I mean, there might be a couple women out there, but it is all men. So ladies, that's a great sport for you. I know somebody was, one of my friends was commenting about where he goes to find women. He made a joke about Home Goods, which really isn't a joke, because I do love Home Goods, and they always have a pillow calling my name there. But things like that. That's getting creative. That's a good place to meet women. Like, they're out, shopping, doing things like that. So there's the farmers markets in the cities, and every city or town has their local farmers market on the weekend. That's fun. Karen here likes to play tennis. So maybe, at the country club. So maybe she plays tennis with her girlfriends, but afterwards, some of these country clubs have great little bars, great little cafes you can sit at afterwards, and you get to meet all the golfers coming in, ladies. So you really got to be creative and get out. And I think that is going to be key in all of this. Is people have gotten very comfortable being lazy in more ways than one. And so you have to get out there in order to meet people. So attending social gatherings and functions is good. Okay, so volunteering. Find something you love. And I'm just going to pull up comments here. Oh, okay. Well, I'm so glad that my volume wasn't down. Okay, I'm here. Elton says nothing. Cindy said, woohoo, happy to see you. Happy to see you too. Okay. Hi, Jamie. Good to see you guys. Just tuning in to say hello. I just now punched in. If you guys have any questions, let me know. Volunteering is a great way to meet people. So if you have something that you're passionate about, and those would be things. I have to tell you something. I'm a big animal rights person. I volunteer every day to homeless animals. I've been doing it for 17 years. And I will tell you that is something so near and dear to my heart, that if somebody I was with didn't understand my love for animals and didn't share that same passion and couldn't support me, we would not have a healthy relationship. So that would be an area. Unfortunately, there's not too many men involved in animal rescue. It's mostly women. Why is that? I haven't figured that out. But having said that, find something you love and find people that are doing those kind of things. Volunteering for a cause, organizations that you're passionate about. That's a great way to meet people that are passionate about the things that you're passionate about. And keep in mind, not everybody's going to share your passions. Like I just used that particular one with animal rescue. There may not be a lot of men that share in it, but you have to make sure that they know what you do and know what you're passionate about so that they can support you. Because sometimes people don't, they don't support those things, and those end up being major deal breakers down the road. So a lot of these things I'm giving you today are really important, because when you're talking about longevity and finding somebody that's truly compatible with you, you need to have these things in common, or at least respect each other if they're different. And it's okay to have different hobbies. I was talking to somebody the other day, and one of my clients, and we were talking about a gentleman that she was going to meet, and she said, Jennifer, he likes to hunt. He likes hunting and fishing, and those aren't things that I do. And I thought, well, great. Well, he doesn't like to shop either. So it's great, all the things that women like to do. So it's fine. He's gone on a hunting trip with his guy friends. You get to go out with your girlfriends and shop and have dinners and, whatever you want to do with your girlfriends. It's great to have independent activities. You don't need to go hunting or fishing with each other. I do get a kick out of these men that say, I would love to find a woman that fishes or hunts. And I know that you ladies are out there that like to do that, because I have definitely talked to you and found you, but it's fewer and far between, guys. Sorry. I'm not touching a fish, not touching one. Okay. Hey, Elton. It is good to see you. Okay. So any questions you guys have, throw them out there. Okay. Take up a class or join a club. Here's another great, so take up a class or join a club. A club could be a health club. Like you go to a country club if you like golfing, or if you like tennis or swimming. You can join a golf tennis community or country club. You could join a fitness club. Even if you like to work out, I do. I love to work out, but I tend to go to women-only studios like bar and Pilates. But you can go to a bigger studio that has bar and Pilates and workout equipment and other things where there'll actually be men there too, and vice versa. So guys, the studios that have the bar and Pilates and things like that for women, those kind of classes, those would be great for meeting women. So a health club is a great place. And here's the important part of that. If you're into fitness and you're healthy, you want somebody else that has an active lifestyle, right? Because you don't want a couch potato if you are an active person, right? Okay, so, hey, Martha, good to see you. Okay, Martha's got one of my rescue kitties. She's got a little black kitty named Magic. Okay, so volunteer for a cause, take up a class or join a club, attend networking events. How many of you guys get a million invitations for networking events? I know I do. I'm always like, ugh. I'm always looking for ways to stay in, not go out. But networking events are great. Not only can they help you with your business, but they're a great way to meet people. I mean, a lot of the people that do these networking events are going for the social aspect of it. They're not just going for business. But these networking groups are everywhere. Join a networking group, be involved, go try out some. If you're getting these invitations, go try out some of these networking groups and meet the different people there. It's a great way. These are also hungry people looking to meet other people. So it's a great opportunity to meet people. We should probably plug you in over there. I've got Karen here in the studio, and I'm just looking at her pretty face, and she's just over there nodding her head. And so we should probably just turn her camera on so she can comment if she wants to. Denise says, I'm married, but tell all my single girlfriends to go to sporting events, hockey, football, baseball, lots of men. Denise, you are right. You are absolutely right. I'll tell you something funny about that, though. And I remember my ex used to always get mad, like if he was out of town and I'd go watch football, at a sports bar. He was like, oh, these guys are picking you up at the sports bar. I'm like, this is the furthest thing from a man's mind at a sporting event. Mm-hmm. They are there to watch the sport. They're not there to pick up women. But I do think that it's fun to go to the live events, like Denise said. Go to those baseball games. Go to the football games. It is a great way to meet other people that love sports. And guys, it's a great way to meet women that love sports, right? So college football season is right around the corner. Nobody could be more excited than me. And Karen. Karen's excited as well, but nobody could be more excited than me. I look forward to this all year long. Like, I wait. When football season, college football, not pro, but when college football season ends, I get depressed. I literally get depressed. I shouldn't even own a TV at that point. I should just turn it off, because I don't turn it on until college football season starts again. So I am super excited. At the end of August, we are almost there, 4 weeks away, 3.5 weeks away now, from our first football game. Okay, so where were we? Networking events. So professional networking events, again, great way to meet people in your industry too. If you're a realtor, if you're in some kind of particular specialty business, networking events are great. These are other people that are also in your industry. Engage in shared interests online. Participate in online forums, groups, and social media platforms. There's these social media pages, and I've seen them, for like people that love football, people that love golf, people that love art, people that love cooking. I've seen these cooking ones. These people are really into cooking. There was a friend of mine who is Asian and loved Asian cooking, but was having a hard time meeting other Asians and wanted to meet another Asian. Great place to do that would be online in some of these forums and places like for cooking and stuff like that. And there's groups of people that love Asian food or love Italian food, and they get together for, like, they'll do dinners at a certain restaurant like once a month and things like that. I'm Italian, and there's an big Italian community in Dallas, and I have gone to many events with the Italian community, which is super, super fun. And believe it or not, you think about things like that, with, Italian, Lebanese, wherever you may come from, you have commonalities in your culture, and it is beautiful to be in a group and be together with other people that share that. So it's a great way to meet somebody that you may be more culturally and spiritually aligned with when you go to some of these, if you have a particular interest or culture like that. Do you know what I'm saying? So sometimes you have to think out of the box just a little bit. Hey, Tina. Miss watching you walk your dog, or hanging out and getting to talk to you. Tina and I used to be neighbors, and I moved. So let's see. Engage in shared interests online. And again, I think social media is a great way to meet people. And I know Facebook has their own online dating site, which I heard is not great. Sorry, Facebook, but find me one that is, right? Theirs isn't any good, but neither is anybody else's. So having said that, but being friends with people, so you maybe, like on my page, you'll see people comment. I'll put posts up about, most of you already know that because you're here, but I put posts on Facebook every day, and singles interact, and they talk about challenges that they're having, or they can concur with something or agree. It's a great way to meet like-minded people. I will say, don't stalk somebody. I know there's a lot of predators out there, ladies and gentlemen, so be very, very careful about who you accept. Just because somebody may be on my page or somebody else's, it doesn't mean we know them personally or we're friends with them and they come personally endorsed. So it's really important that we understand the nature of social media, and that some may be a digital touch, and some people we may know personally. So be careful when you're accepting new people and all of that, and make sure you do your homework. Social media is another place for predators. So unfortunately, so you need to do your homework before you go out with somebody that you may meet. Even if they're friends with 10 of your friends or 200 of your friends, you still need to do your homework. But it is a good place to meet people. It's also a place, just drawback wise, it's also a place that people hide behind. You know, this whole idea of we're friends on Facebook, it doesn't mean anything. You know, you're just connected on Facebook. There's not a friendship there, and there can be a false sense of security for people. People sitting in their house that never get out, that never have met all their friends on Facebook, can feel a sense of friendship without having real friends. So it is important to get your butt off of your sofa, or out from behind your desk, out from behind your computer, and actually meet people face to face and interact. I think there is still some fallback from COVID when people got so comfortable being home, so comfortable being behind a screen, and too comfortable to where now they've gotten kind of lazy. So we need to remember that we need connection. We need personal connection. And there's a personal touch that goes with that. Get off of your phones. Get off of your computers. Stop texting everything. Pick up the phone and call. Make a date with somebody. Plan a date, whether it's coffee, a drink, dinner, lunch, a movie, just a conversation at a park. I mean, it doesn't even matter, whatever it may be. Plan something so that you're away from your digital connections. The other one I have is ask friends for introductions. So I'm a matchmaker. People come through me to get matches and come to me that are single. So I have a good network, but some of your friends might also. So I know some people that say, well, I set up this person or that person. And so you may want to ask your friends if they know anybody single. I know I've talked to people before, and they've said that they've, I don't know what I did. Hold on. I lost Jill's comments. They said that they've asked their friends for matches, and all their friends that are like married and stuff and happy don't have any friends that are single and or good singles. So there are really good singles out there, everybody. I know that you may not be meeting them, but I am going to tell you that they're out there, and they may not be super social. They may be super busy with work. They may not like to go out. They may not like to socialize. They may be like me, and I love people, but by the time my day is over with and I've dealt with people all day, I like to be by myself or with a friend or with one person just to chill, because I've had enough stimulation for the day. And a lot of professionals are like that. I can tell you there's a lot of introverted extroverts. And so you have to be really clever about how you go about looking for people. You know, somebody like that may go out to a happy hour. It's why I always tell you guys to hit those happy hours early. So people get off work around 5. Sometimes earlier. I've seen a lot of 4:30s happening. But people that get off work early, they may go to have dinner or a drink at a bar with their friends just to celebrate something or to connect or whatever. Go to those early happy hours. Get out of there at 6:30 or 7 o'clock at night when all the people that have been there for a while are drinking too much. And all the people that have been drinking somewhere else come in to have more drinks. Is that really what you want? Is that person that drinks too much and hangs out in bars all the time? No. But you know, and I've told some of you this before too, and I mean this, ladies, because you guys are used to it. Go eat at restaurants by yourself. Go sit at the bars at the restaurants that you like. A lot of the restaurants you like have bars. Go sit there and have dinner by yourself. And put your phone down. Don't be on your phone. Don't be insecure and have to be on your phone the whole time. Eat, talk to people, meet new people. It doesn't have to be that you're trying to pick somebody up or whatever. I mean, you could have people next to you that are married that are eating. Start a conversation with them, chat with them. They may know somebody who's single. You know what I mean? You never ever know where you're going to meet somebody, but you've got to make contact in order to meet new people. That means eye contact. That means putting your simple things like, I don't care where you are. If you're at a dog park, I see people walking their dogs all the time, and I've said this before, it irritates me to no end. Their poor little dog can't wait for them to get home from work so they can get a walk. And I see people walking with their phones and their dog's over here, and they're not paying any attention to whether the dog's going to the bathroom, whatever. And the dog was so excited to see them, and all the owner's doing is plastered to their phone where they've been all day. So you guys, get off your phones. Stop looking at your phones. You're missing life. You're missing everything in life by being on your phone all the time. And you're missing people. You know, I can't tell you, and I know people have said, Jen, how do you get hit on at the grocery store all the time? I do. And I can tell you why I do. Because I'm not on my phone in the grocery store. I'm talking to people. I'm looking them in the eye. I smile at people, male, female. I talk to dogs, you know, people who has, you know what I'm saying? I engage with people and I make eye contact and I smile. And that makes a difference. If you do that, you're available, you're present, and it gives somebody an opportunity. Even just a hello in passing gives them an opening if they wanted to meet you or talk to you more, right? So having said that, make sure that you, I love all of you. I'm seeing all of you popping in. Make sure that all of you are engaged in life and not digitally connected all the time. Okay, so join sports or recreational leagues. Fitness classes, recreational clubs, like we talked about with tennis and all that kind of stuff. Sports leagues, softball, football. You know, we're not too old to do those things. You know, I think COVID got everybody out of the habit of doing things as a team and with other people. Everybody was in such solitude. And you need to get out there and participate in things. You know, I was passing by last night. I have a baseball field across from me, and I saw this independent group of people playing baseball. And I thought that would be fun to get a girls softball team together. I used to play when I was little, but I still love to play and be active. It's just hard to find that kind of stuff. But do something active, do something, you know, that participates in some kind of group sporting event, or group oriented, anything at all. Local meetups. So I don't know how many there are anymore as far as those meetup groups. That meetup, whatever, what was the name of that? Meetup.com or whatever. They had all the different meetup groups. There are particular, there's restaurants that have certain nights, and a lot of people come for that. There's karaoke nights. I know some of you like karaoke. You wouldn't like it with me, but some of you like to sing, and you're probably good at it. Karaoke nights, you find somebody else that loves karaoke, right? So there's just so many options out there in regards to interests, and you've got to look. So where do you look? You look online, you look on social media, you Google meetup groups, Dallas, meetup groups, Frisco, book clubs, that's another one if you like to read, you know, and you want somebody else that reads. If you're in the arts, you know, join the Dallas Museum of Art. They do events all the time. And you meet other people that love art and like to do, going to the galleries and doing things like that. There's a million different resources out there. I think the main message in all of these that I've given you today are get your butt up and get out. Because the best way to meet somebody, it's not online. And you know what? I'm a limited resource. I'm a matchmaker, but I can't take care of everybody. So you guys have got to do this on your own. And even as a matchmaker, I'm limited because I set two people up that may look great on the books. They may look at each other's pictures and be like, wow, they're super pretty or they're super hot. And then they meet and there's no chemistry. But the one thing about meeting somebody out is that you know whether there's a connection. You know whether there's chemistry. I mean, there are times when somebody could just open their mouth. You could be totally attracted to them physically, even in the same room. But the minute they open their mouth, there's something about their energy you're not attracted to. You get to find that out when you meet in person. So you've got to get out there. I'll tell you where not to go. Do not go to bars. Do not go to nightclubs and bars to meet people. All you ladies and gents that like to go to bars at night or hangouts where people are out drinking till late at night and intoxicated, you may meet somebody, but they might be a drunk. Just saying, they may drink too much. They may be a partier, right? I mean, you may be there to meet somebody and have fun and get out, but you meet somebody that does this every night and has done it every night for the last 30 years of their life, right? So I'm not saying that you might not have some random meeting with somebody that might turn out to be something of quality. I'm just saying that's probably not your spot, is some nightclub where other people are out getting drunk and trying to pick up, right? So not the best place. You might hook up, but that might be it. So I do think that is an important piece. So let's hit online, because I really feel like so many of you are online looking for love, and I need to find my notes for that. I think this is it right here. Nope. So let's talk about here. Hold on, let me get my glasses on. So the main thing with online dating is that there's a lack of authenticity. Dating apps, people can be whoever they want to be. Their pictures can be whatever they want them to be. I have a hard time with this too. I'm going to tell you guys something. Do not filter your pictures to a point where you can't tell who you are, because people go in expecting. I've done it. I've actually met people that have come to me and said, "Hey, I'd love to be in your database. I'd love to meet people." And then I meet them in person, or I do a FaceTime with them. They look nothing like their pictures, nothing. And guess what? Somebody could have 200 pictures on their social media, and every one of those 200 pictures are filtered. So that's not fair. It's like bait and switch. When people come to meet you, you want them to be excited and not disappointed. And when you filter your pictures too much, you're not being authentic, and there's a huge lack of authenticity. People can say they make a certain amount of money, they can say they have a certain job, they have a certain lifestyle, or they're a certain person. I can tell you from doing the job that I do, most people don't know who the hell they are. And the problem is that when you talk to them, they'll say, "Oh yeah, I'm real old fashioned and I know how to court a woman and I love to court a woman." And then you go on a date with them and they have no manners. And they have no traditional values at all, but they think they do. So sometimes people's perception of who they are and who they really are different in many cases. So you can say whatever you want. The proof is in the pudding. It's not when you meet a person. So the problem with online dating, everyone, is that what you see is usually not what you get, and that's super important to understand. Just because you see a great picture, whether it's a guy or girl, it doesn't mean that's who you're meeting. And I think the other piece of this that I think will bleed into everything else is the overemphasis on appearance. So as people have gotten more into online dating, the one thing that has increased is people's shallowness. So it cannot all be about looks. It can't be. Nobody's perfect. It cannot be about looks. And what's underneath and the commonalities and the values and all of those things, they're more important than looks are. It's great to have a good-looking person that you're attracted to, but if there's no substance to them and you don't have things in common and you can't trust them, right? What is the point of being in a relationship with somebody that looks good but isn't good on the inside? So super important that you, sorry guys, I'm missing comments here. So if you are commenting, here we go. There it is. If you are commenting, I can't see them. Okay. Martha asked, where would we find networking groups? LinkedIn, you can also Google it. You can also Google networking groups Addison, networking groups Dallas, networking groups Frisco. You can look in your, like Dallas Observer has networking groups. They have a really big section in the Dallas Observer of different local events and things that are going on. There's a million things going on in Dallas and in big cities every weekend. Even in small cities, there's lots of things going on. But definitely, those are available. Lynn says, I think you should have an event again. Well, Lynn, I do have an event again. Hang out to the end and I will tell you about it. So let's see here. So overemphasis on appearance. You go in for shallow, you're going to get shallow, right? So what you see is what you get. Don't go by looks only. I don't know the dating apps, but I do know that you need to look at the profile. You need to stop looking at the picture. I wish they'd reverse that. I really do. Okay, time consuming. I have heard from people that looking for love online is a full-time job. And you've got to figure out if you have come home from work and you get dressed and you've got 3 hours in the evening before you have to get ready for bed. Why not start planning things with your friends? Dinners, right? Get-togethers, an event, Topgolf. Start getting out and doing things and planning things. I know with football season coming up, we're already talking about getting out and watching football games together. So that is important that you make plans, get out from all the time-consuming flipping of pictures, because all you're doing is flipping pictures. You're not really. This online dating thing is really just. It's really just a show. You know, it's all about how you look, and it's all based on superficiality. If you don't want a superficial relationship, you've got to get offline. So limited connection, online interactions lack depth and emotional connection that can be established in person. That's the other piece of this with the online thing. I'm trying to give you guys something to weigh. You know, as I've just talked about getting out and doing all these things and getting in front of people, you at least are connected to them. You can see whether you have a connection with them. Online, you see nothing, you feel nothing. And then there's the ghosting and rejection, right? How many people are online that you maybe message you and then you don't hear from them 3 days later? They say hi. Well, that's because they said hi to 200 other people, right? It is a looks thing. It's whoever is the prettiest is going to win. And here's the problem that I have told you about. We haven't talked about it in a long time with online dating. If you're not the prettiest person, if you're on a scale of 1 to 10 and you're a 5 or 6, guess what? The 5 or 6, everybody's going for the 10, right? You've got to stay equally yoked. And if you go for the 10, it's fine. Go for the 10 if you want. But just know that everybody else is going for the 10. Your odds go down. It's like buying a lottery ticket. So you definitely want to make sure that you're meeting people. I mean, those of you that really value trust and honesty in a relationship, and you don't want any games, and you don't want a player, whether that be a man or a woman, because women are players too. I know that. Don't go for the best looking person. Okay? I'm not saying that good looking people aren't statistically loyal and faithful. I'm just saying they have a lot of options, right? So stay equally yoked and don't go for the best looking person. Be more attracted to qualities than just looks. It's super important. So inaccurate portrayal, false profiles, exaggerated achievements, misrepresenting intentions. You know, how many people are online there that say, I want a relationship? I want to be in a relationship. I want to date. And then you start dating them and then they back off. I hear this a lot from guys with women. Women break up, get in a relationship, then they're like, oh crap, I'm not over my ex. I just realized that after I went out with you. I mean, it's a crapshoot, people. It really is. It's a crapshoot. So you want to make sure that you are doing your homework on people, you're checking them out, you're asking the right questions when you meet them in person. How long have they been single? Find out if they're online dating. The people that are not online dating are probably the people you want to meet, because they're not the people that have 10,000 people waiting in the wings. Or I think people can get really comfortable behind these online dating sites. They don't have a date on Friday night, but they've just spent and wasted 6 hours thumbing through people that they could meet versus actually going out with friends to meet them. Hear me? Okay. All right. Safety concerns. I am here to tell you we are not in an age of safety. I know there was a movie that came out that I haven't seen yet. It was all on the kidnappings and the child kidnapping stuff, but it's happening to adults too. There's a lot of predators out there, online predators looking for money, looking for gullible people. Love is a very gullible place. I'm sad to say that is a very gullible place for people. They're very vulnerable. And people that are predators know that. So you have to be super careful. These online dating sites, people, they are a breeding ground for predators. Breeding ground. So super important that, number one, you know that. Number two, you take safety precautions. If you're going to do it, be safe about it. You need to check people out before you go out with them on the online dating sites. You do. You should Google them. You should do background checks on them. You should talk to them. You should FaceTime them. Why are you people wasting your time going on dates with people you meet online that you haven't FaceTimed, right? Or whatever you do. You can Zoom them if you have, an Android. I don't know what Android people do. But you can do Zoom. You can do whatever, Microsoft Teams. I know there's a million little apps where you can video each other. Do that first so you don't end up with somebody who's 50 pounds heavier, isn't who they said they were, somebody who had filtered pictures. There's nothing more disappointing than somebody that doesn't show up who they are. So you need to do your homework. If you're going to use online dating, which is why I put this in here, because I know no matter what I say, you guys are still going to do online dating. So I'm trying to hit this as well. Vulnerabilities here, weaknesses here, and things you need to look out for. It is not a safe place online. Do not let somebody pick you up. I think women should be smarter than that at this point, but those of you that are newly single, that have maybe just, been married or just getting out there again, do not let a man pick you up at your house. Don't let anybody near your front door that you don't know. You need to meet a man for the first time at a restaurant or wherever you're meeting. That's safe, okay? And if you're unsure about who they are, something's sketchy, your radar's up, don't plan a dinner with them. So don't plan a long date with them. Plan a drink. A drink is good. Let's meet for a drink for that. I'm not a big fan of a real date. If you know the person or you're set up with the person, I'm not a fan of meeting for a drink. But if there's anything you're unsure about, I think it's a good thing, because then you're only committed to 15 or 20 minutes versus 2 hours or 3 hours with a dinner, right? And then I hear some of you say too, when you're not attracted to somebody, that you don't want them to pay for your dinner as well. I hear that from women as well. So safety concerns. Addiction and dependency. Here's where addiction and dependency come in when it comes to online dating. How many of you that are online dating sites will say that person's been online for 10 years now, right? Well, how would you know if they've been online for 10 years if you haven't? But all the same, there are predators and people that are addicted. I've known of them here in Dallas, Fort Worth myself, of guys that have multiple girlfriends all over the city, and they stay on these online dating sites and continue to pick them up. So there are people that are addicted to it. So it is real, it exists, and some of them are amazing professionals, doctors and such that do this. Real deal. Barbara says another event would be fun. Being single 3 years now, still learning, still growing. Good. Might be hesitant on some things, but meeting someone is what I would like, and not on a site. A person with more of my old school ways. You know, I love that. I love that this is a great group of people that have a lot of traditional values. I mean, I will say, and I say it with caution, because I don't know everybody on my page, but I tend to attract people because I talk about traditional values and things like that. My page is a good place to feel somebody out and maybe get to know somebody, okay? Just because they're on my page, it doesn't mean I know them. I'm going to say that a million times because I can't tell you the amount of times people come to me and they say, well, Jennifer, I accepted them and talked to them and went out with them because they were a friend of yours. It doesn't mean anything. What it means is they were drawn to my site, whether they were, and I try to keep the predators off. And don't you roll tide on me, Ron. No roll tides on my page. You know, one of my favorite country singers is Jason Aldean, and always has been. He's a Georgia boy. But his wife went to Alabama, and he just went on a tour with her to the stadium. I was like, I couldn't do it. I'm just telling you, I couldn't do it. I'd be, honey, I love you, but I'm not going to Alabama. I am not walking on their field. Thank you very much. Would you?
No.
Okay. All right. So limited compatibility. This is really important for you guys to know. Online dating sites have an algorithm, or they're supposed to. Algorithms are not science-based. And all of you know, because I've seen it. I've been on somebody's site that was like 35 years old. I've seen what and then they scroll through and they get a 65-year-old. And that's not it. And they're like, well, my age range is this. These algorithms don't work. What are they algorithming you on? What are they matching you on? You think because somebody's a 90% match on Match, but what are they matching you on? Your activities? What are they matching you on? I mean, you have to meet somebody. You have to know if there's a connection there. So there has to be more compatibility factors in the matching process. So these algorithms that are on these online dating sites, they're not science-based. They're not love-based, okay? That's super important for you to understand. So you're going to just get a lot of riffraff. You've got to have enough wherewithal to know yourself and what you're looking for to be able to weed through them, okay? So to wrap this up, because I want to talk to you about what we are doing for you singles, is we have to get out. Face-to-face meeting is the way to go, whatever the means are, whether that's a social club, a sporting club, a dinner. You know, again, you guys get comfortable going out to dinner by yourself. It's great to love yourself and be comfortable and confident enough with yourself that you can sit and have dinner by yourself and talk to strangers and not feel like a loser because you're by yourself. There's lots of people that are alone. Be brave enough and confident enough to go out there, and just to get out there, even if it's just to start getting your feet wet again, getting out by yourself, all right? So it's super important to get out there and socialize, not at bars, not at nightclubs, right? Not the people you want to meet late at night, 2 a.m. No, thank you. But meeting people that have similar interests and goals and values in life. Even church groups, I know. I have yet to find anybody that ever met in a church group, which is so weird, but I would think that that would be a great way. But okay, so Barbara says best relationship is being friends first, not through an algorithm. You are correct, and I'm going to second that. I think it's a great way to kind of end the show here, is to say, we should be looking for friendship. So all of you that are going out there, the intention or the expectation of finding love or for somebody to meet all your needs or whatever it is you need, go for friends first. Do you enjoy the person? Have fun. Are you compatible first and foremost? Don't worry about everything else. Don't worry about whether you're going to marry them or are they going to be a good father, or a good stepfather for your kids, or a great husband for you down the road. Can you be friends with them? Because all great relationships are based on friendship. And the end of that. Okay, so we're talking about meeting people in person. So we have decided that Karen's on me. So this is my friend Karen. Karen Angus. She owns owns a company called Cruise Travelers. Is that right? Cruise Planners. Yep. But she does more than plan cruises, thank God, because I don't like cruises. But having said that, she has a travel agency. She does all kinds of trips for people, single and married. And she kept pushing me when she met me. She said, Jennifer, all these people are looking for singles trips. People call me all the time going, where are singles trips? Well, people aren't doing them. I've done them before, and they've been highly successful for people meeting, connecting, and making intimate connections. So we don't just go on a trip together. We have meetings. We have coaching sessions where we're talking about things that matter to us. So you get to see people's hearts and souls. So that piece of it's fun. And trust me, we only meet for like an hour a couple times when we're there. But it's a great way to get to know people and get to know who they are authentically, and then have a good time. We go have drinks together. Of course, you have your free time, but there's pool time, there's bar time, there's massage, golf, all kinds of activities. I think we have some pictures. So what we did, we took the liberty of putting together a trip.
Yep. And we're ready.
And she's planning everything because I can't do that. But the trip is to Cabo because that's my favorite beach and it's close by for us, for Dallas people. And for those of you that aren't in Dallas, it's a great way for you to come out and meet other great people. And come out to Mexico. You need your passport, people. But Cabo is safe. It's one of the only places in Mexico. Is the only place in Mexico I'll go. But it is safe. And I know you'll disagree. Karen will disagree with me. She thinks other places in Mexico are safe. And I'm sure that they are.
Yes.
I'm sure that there are. But Cabo's nice and it's safe and it's upscale. And so she found a resort. What resort is it?
We're going to do Breathless Resort in Cabo. Beautiful resort, all adult, all inclusive.
All adult,
all inclusive. You have to be 18 or older to get there. So, and we're going to put a great package together for everybody.
Okay. All right. So tell everybody where to find that. And I'm going to tell you guys something with this trip. The last one we did, people got together and shared rooms and things like that. And that's fine for you to do too. You can totally do that. There's packages that I saw them that you could, if there's two people in a room or whatever, it's different pricing. So we can start pairing you up too. So Karen can do that. She can say, okay, well, Mary wants to come, but she's looking for a roommate. And so we can make that kind of stuff happen too. So you can talk to Karen about that. But we wanted to go to an all adult that stays open. The last time we went to Mexico, I'm just going to admit, great resort. It was fun. We had an amazing time. But the bars and the dancing and the live everything closed at 11. And we were just getting started. No. We're just we just got back from dinner. By the way, we do group dinners. I mean, if you want to go on your own, you can, but we do group dinners. It's a great place to meet other singles. And we're not choosing a cheap place. So it's not a cheap vacation, but it's also not an expensive vacation. She got a great deal.
Yep, we got a great deal. We have 25 rooms we're going to start with.
Okay.
Really good price. So anybody who's interested, reach out. Let's put them aside. We can get as many as we want until they sell out. So let's put a great trip together. Get a lot of people, guys, girls, couples, if you want to come. I mean, absolutely. So
got it.
Open for anybody.
Michelle said she loves a couple places in Mexico. Todos Santos and La Paz, only a 2-hour drive from Cabo. I hate to tell you, but I'm not getting in a car in Mexico. Yes. I'm nervous driving from my resort to the airport. But having said that, I will tell you I've been to Cabo multiple times, many times in the last year or two, and it's completely safe. You're completely safe. And we can go to Sammy Hagar's bar there too, Cabo Wabo. That's always
that'll
fun.
be fun.
That is always fun.
Okay.
Last time I was there, I met the lead singer from Nickelback. He was there. Now he's on tour again. All right, I'm sorry. It was Nickelback, but he's with a new group. Who's he with now? Okay, well, regardless, I met the lead singer from Nickelback. He was there, and he sang went up and got up and sang on stage with the people. But we will have a great time in Cabo, and it will be safe, and it will be fun. It'll be with other singles. Let's do this. Let's get the heck out of here. I think it's important to get out of your element too, because we also get really comfortable at home, and we have so many responsibilities here. It's good to have a few days, just a weekend, long weekend, to just get away and spend some time and get to know new people, make new friends. I have girls that went on trips and met other girls and are still great friends with them. I mean, this is for all you people that are looking for connection. This is it. Okay, so we're going to start a Facebook group for it. So we'll have a page so you can sign up. I would encourage any of you that are single, that are looking for something quality to do. You want to get away. I hear a lot of you singles saying, I don't want to go on vacation by myself. You don't have to. We're putting one together for you. So the trip is when, Martha?
We're February.
1st
through the 4th, or 1st through the 5th, and it's before Super Bowl, after football,
after college football.
We had to wait for Georgia to go to, Houston. But it's going to be a great trip. Great time of the year to go. Be beautiful out. Get out of Dallas. Get out of wherever
What's
you
the
are around
weather
the
like
country.
in February in Cabo?
Oh, it'll be nice. It'll be in the 80s.
Oh, perfect.
Sunny. I will forecast sun for the entire trip.
Okay, good.
Take care of my clients.
Because it's not hurricane season.
Well, hurricane season is on and off, so maybe, but we'll take care of that. We'll get insurance. We'll get everybody set.
Okay.
So I'll make sure it's a great time for everybody.
Yeah, the best part about all this, I've done these before and they're super fun, but it's great to have a professional that does this, do put this together and be on our team for us. So we'll put a Facebook group together. We'll make sure we do some posts. We'll let you know when we're full. We will fill up. So we'll let you know when we're full. We want to keep it intimate. I mean, we want to keep it as intimate as possible. So I know Mexico can limit people, but get your passport now. You have plenty of time before February. And come and join us. We'll have a great time. It's always fun. And guess what? I need a vacation, something fierce. And by February, I definitely will. All right. So, and just to tease again, September-ish, end of September probably, you guys are going to have another option from a dating standpoint, because I'm working on something. I have something up my sleeve, even though I have no sleeves on right now. I've got something up my sleeve for you guys. So stay tuned. I've been around this singles world for way too long and been listening to you guys and what you want and what you need. And it's about time somebody created something that actually works. So it's coming. Okay, love you guys. I'll see you in 2 weeks. Thanks, Karen. Thank you for joining us. This is Jennifer. Thanks for listening today, and please subscribe to the podcast. Each show, we're going to have new topics and information. If you'd like to find out more about coaching or matchmaking, please go to my website at lovejen.com, or you can find me on my Facebook page, my personal page at Jennifer Stiers.